Alright guys, here we have our exercise 1 in the Flexbox topic. Let's see what we have to create in this exercise. We have to create a simple page having a header, main content and a footer. Inside the header, we have to keep the brand logo to the left and all the navigation will go to the right side of the container. The header must be fixed at the top of the page. Inside the main content, we have to take an article section having two columns. In the first column, take a heading and some introductory text of the article. And in the second column, we have to take an image. After the article section, take a gallery section in which there will be two rows and in both the row there will be three columns. Each column must have a different image, right? After the gallery section, footer will come. Alright. Then we have to take a circular button at the right bottom corner of the page and keep its position fixed. The button should always take to the top of the page once it is clicked. Use Flexbox properties and values to work on the layout. Alright guys, I think we have already created such kind of layout using either float or inline block positioning, but this time we have to use Flexbox properties and values. So to create this layout, here I have taken a folder that is exercise 1. Inside this folder, we have our index.html with standard HTML document. Inside the head tag, here I have connected font family. This time I am using two font family, that is Open Sans and Roboto Slab. The Open Sans I'll be using for body text and Roboto Slab I'll be using for heading purposes. I've also connected Font Awesome here, so that if we need any icon, we can make use of Font Awesome. And then at the end, inside the head tag, we have our style.css connected to our HTML document. Now let's see what do we have inside our style.css file. Inside our style.css file, as usual, at the top we have our CSS resets, and from here our custom style is starting. I made each and every element as border box. To the body, I have applied few normal styles, that is font family, font size and line height. And to each and every heading level elements, I have applied font family Roboto Slab. And here I have grabbed few color code that we will use to create our layout or exercise. Here we have our container with the max width 1330 pixel. And I have also grabbed few images that we will use to create our gallery as well as article. So now let's get started. So let's go to our index.html. Inside the body tag, the very first thing we will take is a header tag. Inside header, let's take our container class in which we will keep our content. So first of all, let's take anchor tag. That is, use our img element to wrap our brand logo. So sets media logo.svg, and inside the all attribute, let's say brand logo. Alright, then let's also check nav tag to wrap our navigation links. So home, blog and gallery. Alright, now save our file, go to our page here, give it a refresh. Alright, here we have our logo as well as few navigational links. Now let's style this. So the very first thing, let's apply few classes here. Class header, brand, and here let's apply class nav. Now let's go to our style.css file and style our header from here. Let's apply some background color. I'm using this background. Adding top and bottom, say 32px and left and right 0. Alright, now save our file, give it a refresh here. Here we have our header with blue background. So very first thing, let's style our logo first. The brand image, width of 120px. Nice. Now give it a refresh here. Alright, now we need these navigational links to the right side as well as this logo to the left side. So here we don't have to worry much because this time we are using Flexbox. So what we will do, we will apply this container in which logo as well as these navigational links are wrapped, display flags, so automatically they will come in a single line. And once we apply To the container, justify contain space between or space around automatically. Logo as well as nav will be apart from each other. So let's apply a class here, say to the container, that is the immediate parent of this brand as well as nav. So to the flex, let's say here display flex. Now say justify contain space between, save our file, give it a refresh. Alright, here we have our logo and navigational links apart from each other. Now we don't have our these navigational links as well as logo vertically aligned in middle. So to do that, we will be saying align items center, because we want our logo as well as navigational links aligned center on the cross axis here. So let's give it a refresh here. So here we have our as well as logo vertically aligned middle or align items center. So now let's style our nav. But I will say here font size, let's say here text decoration none, and color would be white, and then thereafter let's say text transform capitalize. Now save it, give it a refresh. Here we have our navigational links. Now let's apply a few font size as well as margin so that we have gap between the navigational links. So let's say margin left of 30 px and font size 20 px. Now save our file, give it a refresh. Alright guys, I think we are done with the header part of the exercise. So now let's see what else we have to create. The header must be fixed at the top of the page. Right now I'm not fixing the header at the top. First of all, we will create the whole layout or whole exercise, then we will come back again for the header part, we'll make it fixed. So now let's move into the next section. So inside the main content, we have to take our article section having two columns. Alright, so let's get into the main content of the page. So let's collapse this here. After the header, let's take our main tag here. Inside the main tag, let's take one section. Inside this, we will keep our article. So let's apply a container class to our article so that every content inside the article will be wrapped inside the container. So now we have to take two columns actually. So to create columns again, let's use div here. So inside the first column, we need one heading. So let's say here h1 tag. This is our heading. Then after that one, let's take a paragraph to create introductory text. Let's take a big paragraph. Let's take one more paragraph. Yeah, nice. So let's apply a few more text. So actually let's apply a few more text to our first paragraph inside this article. Alright, looks nice. So let's see our page. What else we have got here? Give it a refresh. Alright, this is our heading and the paragraph. And inside the second column, we have to keep our image. So let's use element, assets, media, price fields, then let's say price fields. Now save it, give it a refresh. Great. So here we have our image also. The image is way too large. We will have to style it. So let's apply a few classes here to the section. Let's say article section actually. Yeah, article section. And then here let's apply class all 1, 2. Same class I'll be applying to the next column also for the image. Alright. Now save it. Go to our CSS file here. From here, let's start styling our article. So let's start with our parent class first, that is section article. Let's apply padding from top and bottom, say 80px, and left and right 0. Define a background color. I've already grabbed few color combination here. So this is our background color. Copy and paste here. Nice. Now save it. Go to our page. Give it a refresh. No changes. What's the issue? Section article. Let's see. Actually, article section. No. So nice. Now give it a refresh. Now, so we got this padding from top, and we have a background also, but we do not see much difference to our background because somewhat white. So let's inspect it. Here we have FBFB. Let's change a bit code here. Yeah, this will work fine. So copy this color code here and then paste it here. Now save it, give it a trace. First of all, collapse this here. Or let me change the background now. So now we need our first column to the left side and the second column to the right side. So let's target our column class. That is called 1, 2. Define a width here. Say width of 50% work fine. And then define a class to our image also. Here we have our image, class, article, img. Then to the article img will be saying width of 100% so that it will be contained inside the column. It should not overflow. So let's say width of 100%. Great. Now give it a refresh here. Alright, so we have 50% column, but they are not in a single row. That means they are not in a single line. So to do that, again, we'll be making use of flexi. So we need this column as well as this column in a single line. So to the container, we can apply flex. So I've already made a class here, flex, saying display flex, justify content space between and align item center. So automatically our first column as well as second column of the article will come in a single line. So give it a refresh. Great. As we can see, our both the column inside the article is in a single line. So as we are making use of this flex class again and again, so let's keep this style inside the general style. Where is our general style? Here. Here. All right. So now let's see what we have to do. We don't need this first column should be aligned center according to this image, as we have applied to the flex align item center. So each and everything is getting aligned center on the cross axis. So for this, this is our heading, and this paragraph should be aligned to the top of flex start, we can say. So let's target our article section flex, article section flex. We will override this align item property. Align items, we will be saying flex start. Now save it, give it a refresh. So now each and every content is starting from the starting point inside the flex container on the cross axis. So now let's style this heading as well as paragraph. Do we have a class here? So let's apply class here, article heading, and for the paragraph let's say article text. Similarly here also. Nice. So now let's go to our CSS file, target our article heading. Let's say font size 44px, then color I'm using this color, and then a margin bottom of 16px will work fine. Now save it, go to our page, give it a refresh. Great, this is our heading now. Now let's define our article text. Font size will be saying 20px, thereafter line height let's say 1.7, and color let's say 6767. Alright, now save it, give it a refresh. Great, looks nice. Now we need just some amount of space between the first column as well as the second column that is containing image. So to do that, we don't have to like apply margin here. We can make use of this flex. As we have width of 50%, if we will be saying say 48%. So here we have two columns, that is 48%, 48%, that is 96%, and we are left with the 4% now. So as we have said to the flex, justify contain space between. So whatever the extra space, that is 4% is left, will come in between the column. That 4% space will be here. So let's give it a refresh here. So now we can see column is having some space. Alright, looks nice so far. Let's style a bit to our image, saying border radius and all. So let's apply with image, say border radius maybe 8px. Save it, refresh. Nice. We can also apply some border. So let's say border of say 4px solid, that blue color. Nice. Actually we can make it 6px. Yeah, looks nice. Now actually here we have large number of text. We can get rid of few lines here. So let's go to our index.html. So let's get rid of from here. Save it, give it a refresh. Looks nice. So we are done with the article section of the exercise. Now let's see what else we have to create here. So after the article section, we have to take a gallery section in which there will be 2 rows, and in both the row there will be 3 columns. So let's grab our next section here. So let's comment out here. This was our article. And then thereafter we have our gallery section. So let's take a section. Inside the section, let's take our container class. Inside the container, so first of all let's take a heading, that is gallery here. Give it a class heading. Into this section let's apply class gallery. So let's target our gallery here. Say adding top and bottom ATPX and left and right 0 into the gallery heading. Do you have written anything here? Yeah, we have gallery. So the heading, let's say first of all text align center, and then so columns color the same color, then font size, let's say 44px or 444 just 44. Nice. So now save it, give it a refresh. Here we have our gallery now. So after the gallery we need 2 rows. So let's go here. After the container, let's apply a div. Inside the div, so this div will be working as a flex container. So let's apply the flex class that we have already used. So inside, let's take 1 column. Inside the first column, let's take our first image, assets, media, and let's start from the top now. Bridge.jpg, give it an alternative text, bridge. Now save our file, check out our page here. So here we have our gallery, and inside this gallery we have our first image. The image is again way too large, we'll have to style it. But what we will do, actually we have to create 3 columns. So let's style first column, then for the rest of the column we will copy and paste. So give it a class here, call 13 this time. Again let's target our call 13 inside our style.css. We'll be saying just width of, say, how much width we can say. We need 3 columns, so we can make 30% would work fine. So 30, 30 and 30, it becomes 90%. We are left with the 10%. That 10% will be used space between the columns, as we have applied justify content space between two our flex things. Now save it, and then let's target image also. So let's say gallery img width of 100%. Now save it, give it a refresh. Alright, here we have our gallery. So to the gallery, let's apply image. Let's apply border radius of again 8px, some amount of border also. So let's say 3px solid, and color this with fine. Give it a refresh. So here we have our first column of the gallery. So now we just need to copy and paste. First of all, here, give it a refresh. We have 3 columns, and we need another row also. So I'll be again copy this same 3 column again, save our file. Now give it a refresh here. Let's see, as we have 6 images here, and that's why it becomes 6 column. But what do we need? We need these last 3 images in the next row. To do that, let's target our here gallery flex. We will wrap the items, because right now all the items are getting contained within the flex container. Although we have applied 30% width to each and every column, but it is not taking whole 30% as it is a flexible layout, as we are using flex. So everything is getting inside the flex container. So what were the things we are applying? If we will wrap our flex container inside the gallery, automatically each and every element will start taking the width, whatever the width we have applied, that is 30%. So target our gallery flex, gallery.flex, say flex wrap. Now save it, give it a refresh. Alright, as we can see here, we have our 2 rows and 3 columns. Now we need some margin from top and bottom to these columns. So where is our column 3? Let's say margin top and bottom saying 16 px and left and right 0. Nice, looks nice. And then let's apply some amount of margin to this gallery heading. So here we have our heading, let's say margin bottom of 32 px. Now save it, give it a refresh. Looks nice. Alright guys, we have our 2 rows and 3 columns. We just need to change the images here. So let's go down to HTML. After the bees, let's say each image should be getting. Let's see a bees, let's say golden beach. Here also we'll be saying golden beach. Now save it. And let's before going to our page, let's change all those images here. Then alright, now save our file, go to our page here, give it a refresh. Alright, we have different images inside our gallery. As images are not of the same size, so we can actually fix the height also for the image. So for now, let's fix the height. Gallery image, we will be saying height of maybe 300 px. Give it a refresh. Great, looks nice. So now we can say object fit cover so that our image should not look distorted here. Nice. We have our breeze, golden breeze, then Great Wall, Iceland, Marina, Singapore, Taj Mahal, India. Alright, so we are done with the gallery section also. Now we have to, I think, we have to work on the footer section. So let's get our footer, then go to our index.html. After the main section, let's collapse our main here and let's go to footer now. Inside the footer, the very first thing we need, okay, first of all, let's collapse this here. Alright, so we have our container class. Inside the container, let's take a nav. We'll be taking 3 different navigational links saying I'm using i tag to our font or some, because we'll be using our social media icons inside the anchor tag. So very first thing we need web, then here we have Facebook app, nice. Then let's copy and paste 3 times. Here let's say Twitter, and let's once more, let's say LinkedIn. Now save it, go to our page here, give it a refresh. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, here we have those icons. Now let's target our footer class. To CSS file here, from here let's style our footer. Adding top and bottom say 60 px. Left and right 0. Let's apply background color. Say yeah, this will go fine. Then yeah, looks nice so far. Give it a refresh here. Okay, let's apply text align center. Then footer anchor tag here. Text decoration none. Text transform uppercase. And color, let's say white. Font size let's say 20 px. Perfect. Now looks, give it a refresh here. Okay, this looks nice. And then apply gap between them. Margin top and bottom 0. Let's say 16 px from left and right. Give it a refresh. Nice. Everything is looking nice. Okay. So we are done with the footer also. So now we have to take a circular button here at the right bottom, and then we will have to make it position fixed so that it should not scroll according to the page, as well as it should always take us to the top of our page. So for that purpose, we will keep it after the footer. So we'll be using anchor tag. So here let's write top. It should be taking top. So to the body here, let's apply a ID attribute saying top. So the value will be here also top. Now give it a class top btn. Yeah, top btn. Let's target this inside the CSS file. So here we have our top button. Top button. Target our top btn here. Say width of 60 px. Height also 60 px. Color would be white. Then background color, say maybe black, or else here we have some color code. Yeah, this would work fine. Take it here. Here now. This is also somewhat black. So now save our file, give it a refresh. What do we see? Here we have our top. Now we need this top class to the right and bottom corner. The very first thing we'll need to apply display inline block, because anchor tag is an inline level element, so it will not accept height and width. Now let's say border radius, say 50%. Now save it, give it a refresh. Alright, here we have our button. So let's make it fixed. Position fixed, right maybe 32 px, and bottom also 32 px, and then save it, give it a refresh. Let's see where it comes. Here we have our. Now we need this top text exactly center of this circle. So to do that, this time instead of saying display line block, we will be saying display flex. And we have to take it vertically center as well as horizontally center. That means on the cross axis also it will be center, as well as on the main axis also it will be the center. So to do that, we can say justify content center as well as align items center. Now save it, give it a refresh. As we can see, now our top text is exactly center, that is on the cross axis as well as on the main axis also. So the very first thing, let's get rid of this text decoration. Now we refresh. Alright, so now let's click this top, whether it is taking top. Yeah, it is taking top here. That's the ID here, it is saying. Now as it is fixed, so it is not scrolling also. Great. So what else we are lagging behind from our exercise here? So actually we have to make our header fixed also. So again, let's go to our header here. Where is our header? Here. So say position fixed. Give it a refresh here. As soon as we say position fixed, so we can see that it is taking space according to content. So we just need to say width of 100%. Great, give it a refresh. So now as our content is going below this header, as it is a fixed element, it is out of the flow also, that's why our content is starting exactly from here, this article. So we will have to pull it back or from the top. So to do that, to our article, where is our article section here. So we can also apply padding top here, top. So we need maybe, let's say 160 px. 80 pixel will be below this header, and then 80 pixel will be providing some space. Give it a refresh. Now here we have our 160 px. We can actually also increase a bit more. We can say 180. Yeah, now this is looking nice. So now let's go from top to bottom and check out anything we left here. No. Alright guys, we are done with this exercise. We have used flex properties and values to create columns and all, but to make flexible container as well as flexible columns, we have taken same approach that we have taken earlier using while we were working with the float and inline block position. So here we have to keep in mind whether we take flex or float or inline block positioning approach to create flexible container and flexible columns. We'll be taking same approach. That is, for the flexible container we will be using that is max width here, and for the column again flexible column we are using again in percentage. Alright guys, we are done with this exercise. Good job.